can you imagine living your life in a way that makes you feel safe, at home in your own home and at home on this planet, at peace with yourself and the world around you, and content and happy and in love with life? Because I believe that with everything that's happening around us, if we pay attention to externals, it's a rare thing that we'll feel at peace. It's a rare thing that we'll feel happy and safe, because the world is like, I feel like it's constantly telling us there's a threat, there's danger, there's an enemy, right? And of course that makes us feel terrified. But I believe that there is a sacred place within ourselves that hasn't been corrupted by the terrors of the outside world, a place where love is always at home and peace just feels natural. And there's this beautiful line from Bhagavad Gita, one of my favorite books in the whole wide world, and it says, "In this sad vanishing world, turn to me and find freedom. Concentrate your mind on me, love me, serve me, worship me, and you will attain me at last." And you will think, what is this? What is this? Turn your on. Who is this me? Right? And there's this another paragraph that says, "Men say that the senses are strong, but the mind is stronger than the senses. The understanding is stronger than the mind, and strongest is the self." And I believe that there is so much power in this, because first of all, right, we think that, okay, just because I feel afraid, right, this is it, and scared, right? But then it said that the mind is stronger than the senses, right? So you can rationalize your way out of fear, out of like these feelings of not feeling safe, right? And then there's this understanding, right? And then this understanding that eventually leads you to the self. And what is this self? And the way I see it, the self is like, this is the truth of all of us. This is the self that is present within me, that is present in you and everyone around us. And it's just that one self that is, right, although it feels like we are so many, in truth it's just one. It's one self, right? And that it just feels that we are all many, but we all form this body of the self. And I believe that if we learn, to come back, to, like I said, concentrate your mind on me. And how do you do that? It's a lot of time through stillness, through meditation, right? Through contemplation, coming back within. Close your eyes to the world of the senses. In nature, a lot of time you find this stillness, and sometimes writing, like poetry, reading beautiful books like Bhagavad Gita. I was raised as a Christian, and it's so interesting because reading the Bhagavad Gita, I remember the second time I read it, I felt like I understand the Bible so much more better. This is, of course, it's not a video about religion. I'm not converted. I'm not a member of a church, and I'm not trying to, convert anyone into anything. But I read it, and I felt like I just understood, and it made so much more sense, because I believe that there's this universal truth that no matter if you have a religion or not, it's whether if you believe in a God and a greater power, it's there, because it doesn't care. Just like the sun, it doesn't care if you believe that the sun is real, that the sun it lights the world. If it doesn't, if you hide from it or not, if you negate it, it doesn't care. It's there, and it shines on the whole world. And I believe this is with this self. This self is just, it gives life to all of us, and it loves us unconditionally, and it never judges us. And if we can learn, to turn more within, because as I said, in this sad vanishing world, because it is a sad vanishing world, because things are here today and tomorrow are gone. This body that we feel like, oh my God, and especially nowadays, we're just trying to extend our lifespan and to live forever and to vegetate in the. But I believe it's not about living a long life, but rather a life that is meaningful, that you add quality, right, and life to those years, not years to that your life. And it's not about the lifespan, the number of your years. And if we can turn within, and ask yourself, I have come to realize that it starts first of all because this self, we are so intrusive, and we try to control and manipulate and force our beliefs and our ideas on to everyone around us. And it doesn't do that. It's just there lovingly, and I feel like it just surrenders, and it takes whatever form and shape that we want to take, and it becomes everything that we think is real for us. If we feel fearful, it embodies that. If we feel courage, it embodies that. But its true identity is love. It's like, it's light and it's peace. And if we can find it within ourselves, just to ask ourselves, hey, where is this self? And just maybe just put that question, and that's it. You're just washing the dishes. Who knows? I wonder, where is this self? Right? And you never know, because you just planted a seed, and it feels like eventually the self say, oh, you want to know, and I'll show you. And maybe you'll get a book, maybe somebody will say something, or maybe you'll go on social media and you see, oh, cool, and things will start to open up, and experiences will unfold, and they will come your way, just so they will help you move in that direction. Because I truly believe we're not here to struggle. We're not here to grow through suffering. I remember doing a meditation, a beautiful meditation, and of Steve Nobel, and he'll say like, growth through joy, growth through love. And I had like, oh my God, there's growth through love. Because up until now, I felt like all growth comes through suffering, and a lot of time I kind of took pride in that. Oh my God, I suffered so much, I grew so much, and I reached a point where I'm like, I'm done with suffering, and joy. All I want is joy. And like, people will tell me, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I would just tell them joy. Probably they thought, oh, what is wrong with her? But this is the only word that I felt like, joy. This is all I can wish you, because from joy it's like playfulness, and from there it's courage, and from there is love, and from there is peace and life and all beautiful things. And yes, I believe we can get that to the place where we can feel safe, where we can feel peace. But it's not going to be by clinging onto something that is here today and tomorrow is gone. It's not going to come from thinking that I am this body, right, which is separate from you and separate from everybody, and I have to cling on to you and hold on to you, because if I die, that's the end of me. And talking about this, because when I opened today, I was like, oh, I should talk about something from Bhagavad Gita. And he opened to this, and he was saying like, these bodies come to an end, but that vast embodied self is ageless, fathomless. I think that's the word, yeah? Eternal. Therefore, you must fight, Arjuna. And I remember how many times I went to this beautiful monk at this monastery, and I was just like, so I feel like I'm done. It's over. I can't make it anymore. I can't continue going. It's too much. And he was like, Luminita, you have to fight. You have to fight. And Saint Paul at the end of his life, he said, I have fought the good fight. And a lot of times it's like, because sometimes it feels like a fight to outgrow your body and to go beyond that, beyond your senses, beyond your mind, beyond this understanding, and to reach that self. Sometimes it feels like a battle, but eventually you will reach that place where there's union. And if you become one with the self, or just move closer to the self, you will have so many more moments of peace and of stillness and serenity, where you will feel safe. Of course, there will still be moments, because of what happens outside, they will pull you in all kinds of directions, but you'll know that there is a safe haze within yourself, and this is where you will find your peace. And it is my hope that you will give yourself permission to maybe just plant this seed and ask yourself, hey, where is this self? What is this self? Right? And start from there. And if you know already what is the self, how can I become that one with that? Or how can I live my life in a way that unites me with, because I believe through our questions, right, we unlock certain doors. And if we dare to ask bold questions, the bold doors will open, and we will experience a greater and greater